So the idea here is, if you have ever been involved into buying toys, or if you are a parent of any kid, certainly you must have, look at all kind of toys available in the market. And if you stick to the branded toys, I'm sure you must be knowing what its cost. And then the biggest problem is, you buy the toy, and then after, maybe at the shop, kid like it, you bring it home, they play it for 1 week, 2 weeks, or sometimes in fact the same day they will say, oh no, I don't need it. Some of the parents, they said, we feel guilty about buying, bringing it home, and then after kid is saying, I don't like it. So that was the one problem we faced as a parent of 2 years old daughter. That was one. Second thing, so that was the cost. Second thing, what happens is, if you want to really keep buying toys, if you want to minimize the cost, what you will do? Probably you would go for unbranded toys. Their safety is the big question. And I'm sure all of you, if you follow the newspaper, that is being questioned in a big way in India as of now. Third thing, what happens? Every time you have to go to the shop, buy the toy, bring it to home. So it's not really convenient, right? So we also face a similar kind of problem, and that's why we started looking at, is there a way we can, really find toys, and branded toys I'm talking about here, which can really solve these problems. And then after we came across a couple of libraries, and these libraries are locally available. So what happens there? We visited to those libraries, and what we found is they are mostly into books. They are mostly carrying the maybe wooden toys or maybe puzzles, but not really the branded toys which are like high cost, which goes maybe on an average value of 2,000 or 2,500. So libraries are there. They are locally available. People go there, borrow the maybe books, puzzles, bring it home, return it back. It's available, but nothing is available which serves you across Bangalore or maybe door to door, and then after when you are done, give a call or put a request on the website, and somebody comes and picks up the toy and gives you the new toy. So that's the concept we had in our mind, and that's where we started thinking: is there a possibility to really solve this problem for the parents? And what we thought is, let's do this. Let's look at other existing options. So two options. One I already spoke about, locally available libraries, and second is you keep buying. I talked about, if you keep buying, you spend a lot of money. If you want to compromise there, you go for unbranded toys which are not really safe for the kids. So what happens there is, another problem which we realized is, looking at the locally libraries, they are catering to individuals. As of now, we spoke to a couple of play schools. Do you find any value add if we provide an option to really rent out toys? They said, oh yeah, that's what we would love to do it. Because sometimes they are not sure whether the toy which they are buying it for their play school itself is going to really work for them or not. So that's another opportunity we identified. It's not only the individuals which we can cater, but also to the play schools, event organizers. In fact, to the party organizer. For example, if you are having a birthday party for your kids, what is the biggest challenge? Keeping occupied all the kids which you are going to come to the party, right? So with that, we launched our startup, Rent Toys. It's renttoys.in. Again, I will say renttoys.in. If you say .com, it goes to US website. Okay. So here, our vision which we do have is basically to partner with all the parents and actually to provide them a quality playtime through branded toys which are safe, clean, and also hassle-free. So what does it mean when I'm talking about safe and clean toys? Certainly, I'm talking about renting a toys. It's related to kids. It's related to emotion. Certainly there will be a question of, okay, how are you going to ensure the safety or cleanliness of the toy? That's our emphasis. We wanted to ensure that at any point of time, when we cater to our parents, the toys which they receive is going to be the quality product to them. How we do it? Number one, we ensure only branded toys. So for example, what are the brands we keep? We keep Fisher Price, OK Play, Fun School, Play School, Leaf Frog, Amazing. Any international brand you talk about, we do have. You must be wondering, if you are talking about all branded toys, how are you going to work on the operational cost side? Certainly yes, we are completely online. We don't have any physical store. So we will manage our cost over there. Second thing we wanted to do is basically what we realize is, here we are catering to the individuals who still can afford toys, but also there is a segment of underprivileged kids who might not be having access to these kind of toys. So what we are trying to do there is, we are currently talking with the NGO. I'm not sure if you know Toy Bank. Toy Bank is an NGO in Mumbai, And probably if our discussion goes in a positive direction, what we want to do is whenever we want to go to our members, most of the time they have been telling, can we donate our toys? So if we receive those kind of toys, we pack it, clean it, and then after donate it to those places where they can also get to play with that. So we have two aspects to our organization. One is serving the underprivileged kids, donating toys to them, and also serving to individuals.
Manoj, can you keep your presentation very short?
For sure.
Take questions.
Sure. So I'm sure you got a feel about my organization. Maybe I will stop it here. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask me.
How do you manage breakage? I mean, toys, small things
Sure.
like break.
That's the question which we keep getting from each and every parent. Number one, that's one of the idea of keeping the branded toys. If you have all ever experienced branded toys are not so easy to break. They put lots of research. They
Kids manage to do anything.
Sorry. Exactly. Let me come to that point. But what we are trying to do here is, if you are buying branded toys, you are reducing the probability of breakage, right? At least it would not be so easy to break. Second thing, if it breaks, we try to find that part which is broken or maybe misplaced. If we get that, we charge only for that particular part to the parents. Third thing, if nothing can be done, it's not like that I'm going to charge to the parents MRP. I'm going to charge the depreciated value. So that's the way it is. At any point of time, I would like my customer or member to come back to me and keep renting, not really buy the toy from me.
Why don't you have even utility stuff like pranks or
Here comes the idea. Thank you. We will put it down.
what it is like 2 months old now,
Yeah.
definitely want a prank more than just play with.
Certainly. So what we are looking at is, as of now, we are completely into toys. Besides that, we wanted to look at accessories. For example, if somebody is traveling, they need a car seat maybe for a day. Somebody needs a pram. Or besides that, we are also looking at sports equipment for kids. Somebody is looking for a switchboard. Somebody is looking for a skates. Maybe parents are not sure whether they would like it or not. Rent it, try it before you buy it. Simple.
Two questions for you. How many rentals you need to make you break even on any particular car?
As of now, we are on a completely usage basis. Okay, like for example, if you look at our subscription plan, we have 3 kinds of subscription plan: silver, gold, and platinum. It's like depending on whether you need 1 toy at a time, 2 toys at a time, or 3 toys at a time. So approximately, I can't tell you as of now, or maybe we will take some time to really come to that number, because as you asked, how do you ensure the breakage, right? So some experience would be really helping us. But so far, we have been running it for 3 months. It has been going fantastic. Not a single breakage so far.
Okay, what about hygiene?
What about hygiene? Cleanness. So I talked about branded toys. When you go to the branded toys, the material, the paint they use, those are safe. Number 1. Number 2, whenever toys comes back to us, we perform a mechanical inspection to ensure that nothing is breakage there, so that the kid would not hurt himself or herself. Third part, which is most important, is the cleanness. It goes through 3 steps of cleanliness process. Number 1, as soon as we get it, we clean it through a sanitization liquid. Okay. Once it is done, then after we dry it, after that what we do is it goes through another round of sanitization, which we call it as steam sanitization. We have bought a special instrument for that one. Once that part is done, what we do is we shrink wrap it. What is the idea of shrinking wrap is, if I clean it and keep it open, no point of doing that. So just to avoid germ not sitting on the toy, again we shrink wrap it. Does that help? Thank you.
What's the age group you're targeting?
As of now, 0 plus to 6.
0?
0 plus to 6. Yeah.
What's the rental value to the fraction of the MRP?
That's the same question.
Okay, as I said, as of now, there is nothing like we have put together that, okay, you pay 20% of the MRP and you take it. It's completely usage based, because what happens here is we are not saying, okay, if you take this toy, you will be paying maybe 500 rupees. If you are taking this toy, you are paying 100 rupees. No, what we are saying is you go by usage and you pay, for example, if somebody is taking a silver plan, which is like rupees 199 onwards, any toy which is available in our catalog, they should be able to use it. I mean, why should I restrict to them? Maybe somebody would not be able to afford for a 5,000 toy. That's the value that we want to bring into the parents.
What of shipping it?
That's the good question. And in India, that's the biggest challenge. And anybody, if here is involved into shipping part of it, please help me with that. But as of now, the way we are doing it is, we are speaking to courier companies, and the discussion has been going in positive direction. The pilot is on. We are doing that. But at any point of time, we don't want to be completely virtual as well.